How are you? How you do, buckaroos, man? Using my Dublin's Pass Guinness, Dublin's Pass little, American Irish pub here in Springfield, Mo. Like the little kind of mason jar glass I got going on. And I have the Flynn's Irish Red from Public House. I actually first had this, oh gosh, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, something like that, at the brewery. They just this year put it in bottles. It's a nice Irish Red, 5%. I believe they said it's named for one of the owner's sons. It's a nice, somewhat traditional version of the style, if there is such a thing. Anyways, it's very malty. Again, you get a lot of nice malt on the nose. I personally get some anise as well. Some may interpret that as black licorice. There were a time when malty styles were more popular in the craft beer world. Now they've kind of gotten overlooked. These styles tend to be overlooked or thought of as average beers. Just because something's not in your wheelhouse doesn't mean it's an average beer. Or doesn't mean it's a mediocre beer. It means it doesn't work for you, and that's all that means. You need to be able to tell if the beer's flawed. Does it work within its style? Where does it compete with other beers within a style if you must grade something? I'm not a fan of grading, so I don't do that particularly, but you can't compare an Irish Red to an IPA. They're not meant to be the same styles. And there are some folks in the beer world, believe it or not, that like malty beers. I'm one of those cats that like them all, man. I'm like the Will Rogers of craft beer, man. I haven't met one I didn't like. Well, that's not true. I have met some I didn't like. But style. I haven't met a style I didn't like, is what I should say. I am the Will Rogers of craft beer, by golly. I once saw Will Rogers' son, I don't know, about 30 years ago, I guess now, on TV, and he was talking about that quote. Somebody asked him about it, and he says, well, Dad had likes, I'm paraphrasing, I don't remember exactly what he said, but I'm going to get real close. He said, Dad was like anybody else. There were people he liked, people he didn't. I think what he meant by that quote is he never met anybody he didn't like, But, that first handshake, he gave everybody a chance, is how I interpreted that. And I think that's, as craft beer guys, or beer guys in general, that's what we should do. We should give every beer and every style a chance. We should never meet a beer, we should like every beer we meet the first time, is what I'm trying to say. Give everyone a chance. Can't we all just get along, in the more words of Rodney King? Anyways, Flynn's Irish Red, Public House. They started with a small location in Rolla, Missouri. Now they've got a larger location in St. James. I know they're connected somehow with the St. James Winery, but they really haven't lost step. And I think in many ways, since they have made that connection, they've been able to really do more. And I know they've really experimented more with barrel-aged stuff since being able to do that. So if you get a chance, if you happen to be passing through one end of Missouri to the other, if you're going from, for instance, if you're going from St. Louis to Kansas City, or you're, heading down to Springfield, or whatever your destination, again, I can't imagine, it's funny, I tell people about Piney River, too, so it's not on the way to anything. You got to try to get there. But anyways, I would be passing through one side of the state to the other, visit either the St. James location or the Rolla location, because they are doing some damn fine beers there, man. I kid you not. Excuse me, hold on. Oh, excuse me. Hope I didn't get any on you. So, I don't know what hops they're using in here, and I'm not going to try to hazard a guess, although I have an idea. I'm going to keep it to myself, man. Hops here are really inconsequential. They're just meant to keep it, just to keep it clean at the end, just to keep it from getting too sweet on you. It is meant to be a big malty ale, and that's what it is. It does the style justice, in my opinion. It is certainly better than any macro versions of the style you may have cut your teeth on, like myself. It is clean and dry in the finish. You get those nice big malty flavors. You feel that big toasted malt. Again, I personally do get very nice flavors of anise. Whether you get them or not, well, who knows? But that's what I'm tasting. Either way, I mean, this was $9 a 6-pack. It's a hell of a beer, in my opinion. You should buy it because I did. Anyways, if you like the style, it is worth taking a look at. How about if I say it that way? There we go. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. You do a little praying while I'm doing spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Is that how that goes? I am Tom the Beer Whisperer. Prolific craft beer drinker. Despised by some, loved by many. Or is it the other way around? Despised by many, loved by some. Who knows? Does it matter? Prolific beer drinker. Spectacles, testicles, wallet, watch. Purveyor of Wisdom. An all-around good guy. Drink on and drink well, man. You turn this off where I burp again on you.